All right, Jason here with Keep Calm and Train the Rookie, and we're going to talk about cutting off handcuffs. Handcuffs can be jammed up for numerous reasons. Sometimes the police officer gets in a struggle with the person, the mechanism is damaged or the key is broken off. Or in some cases of non-law enforcement use, the novelty handcuffs are actually pretty cheap and they get damaged somehow. And then that's where we come in. The fire service is oftentimes called to come in and assist a person in distress. Personally, I've cut handcuffs off 5 or 6 times, and most of the time I was at a correctional facility, usually the county jail, and they've had issues with, for example, the person's been incarcerated and he has been handcuffed to a bench where he can use the payphone, and gets angry with what he hears on the phone, and he acts out and he damages the mechanism. So we get called to cut them. Quick basics on handcuffs. Whether they're police grade handcuffs have a double locking mechanism, and normally the handcuff functions like this. A police officer will get it secured around the suspect's person. They'll leave a little bit of room so it's not pinching him down, and then they'll double lock it. Once it's double locked, you can't advance the handcuff until you take a handcuff key and move the key in both directions in order to release the double lock. Novelty handcuffs, the ones that you buy off eBay, or even they used to sell them as a child's toy, they don't have a double locking mechanism. So we'll talk about a couple quick things. I'm going to have my assistant come in here with his arm. We're going to go ahead and put the handcuff on him. What we found, having to do this several times, is as long as the person is compliant, what we oftentimes find that the first thing we do is we take a pair of bolt cutters, we cut the chain and free them up. Now what we want to do here is we're going to use bolt cutters again. Reciprocating saws and hacksaws we feel aren't very safe. So what we want to do is we want to use a pair of bolt cutters, and we want to cut right here. One of the things we do is we take a heavy piece of plastic or a heavy piece of cardboard. Here I have a patient report form that comes attached to a rigid piece of cardboard. I can tear that off. Another thing that a lot of us on my department carries, we carry used gift cards, and we can use them for numerous things, such as using them to slip a lock. Take this piece of plastic, slide it in place like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here at the teeth part of the locking mechanism. If I cut here, I still am allowed to use the hinge. So when I cut here, this will hinge out of the way. If I cut here, the teeth are still going to hold it in place. So I'm actually wasting my time. Another thing we want to consider is the person that you are removing from the entrapment. You want to give him safety glasses, and you want safety glasses for yourself. Remember, we're using metal on metal, and we don't want a little shard to come off. So just once again, quick review. Safety for you, safety for them. Protect the area that you're going to cut, and make the cut right through here. And one last note, we've also found that it's actually easier to use the bigger set of bolt cutters. The smaller set of bolt cutters with the shorter handles, you get less leverage, and you actually have to use a lot more force, and therefore you have a lot less control over what you're doing. Also too, when you're dealing with people that have been incarcerated, when you walk in with a really big heavy steel tool, you tend to get their attention and respect. The 5 times I've done this in a correctional facility, I've never had an issue with the subject. They usually have them calmed down by that point in time. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and please leave your comments below.